after you are into something for a period of time, you look back. I remember a former student of mine became an archivist, and I thought, what is that about? Her job was to go into companies and track back how they all started and the history, and kind of develop a story based on the founders and what got them interested in this and so forth and so on. The same thing happened to me. I became my own archivist. And I realized how creativity is fascinating. It's just you start here and then you're there, and an impulse, an idea, it's something you see, you hear, you read about. You do a lot of research in art, I think. There's a lot of labor in art, research in art I never thought about when I first got into art in college. I thought you just did art, you know. But if you're truly going to be an artist, you do research, you do study, you do a lot of experimentation, and you apparently throw away a lot of money. It costs a lot to learn your craft, to grow in your craft. But thank goodness you didn't know that going in. There you go, I can't afford this. Anyway, I started looking at the history, and I realized that my fascination with light and perhaps creativity came from my grandmother, who was a fundamentalist, a Bible fundamentalist. She went to the Tolmanville, Alabama Southern Missionary, she went to the Tolmanville, Alabama Southern Missionary Baptist Church, and you better say it right, Tolmanville, Alabama Southern Missionary Baptist Church. And she went to the same church for 78 years, sat in the same pew for 78 years. She went 3 times a week, Wednesday nights, Sunday mornings, Sunday nights, every week, without fail, sick, healthy, whatever. And she would tell you that the rest of us are all going to hell if you're a member of her church. So it's just a small little heaven, I guess. Or there are an awful lot of other missionary Baptist people up there that aren't from Tolmanville, I suppose. Anyway, we used to joke that there were probably a couple of concave areas in the pew from where Grandma sat all those years in the same spot, I'm sure. And they loved her because she made handmade quilts and donated them to the church. And they auctioned them off and made pretty good money. As the years went by, they became quite well known. So she was an artist as well. She loved to read the Bible to me, which of course I had no understanding of. And I can remember her taking me to church, saying to my grandfather, "The boy is ready." And so off we went to church. I think I was 4. And I had a little sailor suit, I remember that, with little saddle shoes. And I remember my aunts, who were, of course, older than I was, laughing at me because I was singing, making up words to the hymns, and I was holding the hymnal upside down. And the collection plate was amazing. I'd never seen anything like that, and I thought I was supposed to, help myself. And I was told I had a lot of questions about that. And then the minister came out and took the Bible that he had in his hand. He's a big guy. It's the rolls of fat coming over his collar, which was frayed around here. You see these things, the kids got eyes like an eagle. They were frayed. These little points here were frayed. And his wife cut his hair with a pair of clippers. It wasn't exactly a straight job. And this is the old South, man. I mean, people didn't have a lot of money. And he had these little round gold glasses, little beady blue eyes. And I know he was looking at me. And he took that Bible, didn't say a word, he just looked at everybody. The sweat rolling down his face, just looked, staring at everybody. And finally, I'm pretty sure he looked at me. And he said, "If ye sin," and he took that Bible and banged it on the podium, and everybody jumped, including my grandmother. "If ye sin, ye shall burn for eternity." Boy, did I have a lot of questions when I got home to Grandma. I'm sure she was sorry she took me. I was like, well, what is sin? And who is God? And blah, blah, blah. I had all these questions. But I remember her saying to me, the first words from God's mouth Well, first he created the heavens and the earth. And the first words from God's mouth were, let there be light. And there was light. He didn't say there was light. He said, let there be light. 4 words. God's first 4 words, let there be light. And he created the heavens and the earth. Imagine, you get to think as a kid. The whole, all the stars, everything, the earth, everything created by God. In like one swipe. And then, wow, it's dark in here. Let there be light. Boom. Then there was light. So light must be pretty special. Those are the first 4 words from God's mouth. That's the way I thought as a child. And how about the big artist, man? The big artist created the heavens and the earth. So obviously, I'm not sure. I'm obviously not sure. But it was funny. I was thinking back of my own archival history and how creativity and light were paired together when I was 4 years old. I love magnifying glasses. I love prisms. I love rainbows. I love playing with seeing dust motes in the air through glass in the sunlight. I love those things. I was fascinated with them. So I'm not surprised that I wound up doing light sculptures. I think that's how it all started.